Hey my friends, how's it going? Paula here. Welcome back to my channel, The Flavorful Home, and welcome back to my kitchen. I am doing a canning video today. If you're new here, I hope you'll stick around because I am making pineapple jam. Check out the hair, kind of looks like a pineapple today, huh? I got myself a crown. It's very hot and I've lost my marbles to want to do this on such a hot day. But the pineapple jam goes in this house within, I'd say within 2 months, it is gone. It's a favorite of my husband. He loves it in his yogurt that he eats almost every day. It is delicious in cottage cheese that I'll eat not every day, but I love pineapple and cottage cheese. I guess that's just one of the classic mixes. Um, it's good on top of cheesecake. And what do I love about this recipe? No pectin. It's an easy recipe to throw together. It takes 4 cups of finely chopped pineapple, 1 small lemon that you slice thin and remove the seeds. Let me get the book because this is the recipe. It's in the Ball book, the complete book of home preserving on page 22. It's 2.5 cups of granulated sugar and a cup of water. That is a really easy recipe, and you're going to cook it for about 15 minutes. And you have an absolutely phenomenal jam. Again, if you don't have this book, I'll put the link in the description box. It is an awesome book to have for canning. Love it. Also, steam canning. I adore steam canning. And the beautiful Carol from Carol's Thrifty Chic Housewife, I'll put a link to her channel, is who introduced me to it. She uses a steam canner. This can also do water bath, and it's the Harvest multi-use canner, stainless steel canner with rack, from Roots and Branches. I really love it because it takes 3 quarts of water versus filling it all the way up. You can water bath in it, but why do it? As long as you're not going over 45 minutes with your canning session, steam canning is really the way to go. I just love it. Alrighty, I'm going to gather all the ingredients and we're going to make pineapple jam. So come on, let's go. All right, very quickly, I want to show you the pineapple. I'm not going to bore you with a chopping session, but you see how fine that is chopped? That is what they're looking for. When I did the Jam It Up June with cantaloupe, I was asked by several people, how about an immersion blender? No. 2 master canners got back to me and said, an immersion blender will puree it. Do not use an immersion blender unless the recipe calls for it. So once again, that's a fine chop. Just wanted to share that, and we'll finish up and come back. All right, so we're going to add our 4 cups of pineapple, 2.5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water. Get a little spoon. And I will show you the lemon. And I did pull the seeds out, thinly sliced. Look, They're not perfectly cut because I'm human, not a machine, but just get them as thin as you can. And when they cook in here, they actually get sweet from the sugar. I know my husband usually pulls them out. He said, "What are these lemons doing in here?" And I tell him, "Well, that was the recipe." He's not a fan of it. And you want it at medium. Let me bring that down. And you just get it combined nicely. And you're going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to give you the exact instructions. Bring to a boil over medium heat, stirring constantly to dissolve the sugar. Boil, stirring frequently till the mixture thickens. And I used to put spoons in the freezer, but now I put a plate. I like the plate method of testing for gelling. I just think it's better. And that goes, if the gel stage has been reached, skim off the foam. So we're gonna let this cook. And when we're up to a boil, we'll come back. All right. You can see it's now up to a nice boil. And you just stir it. I have my timer set. That's not it, that's my microwave. For 15 minutes. And we'll come back and check it when the 15 minutes is up to make sure that it has thickened. Okay, 15 minutes is up. And just so you know, it's not going to gel like a pectin preserve. And that is still, I don't know, I feel like that might still be a little bit runny. So I'm just gonna give it a stir. Let me see, has it? Oh. Once it's on the dish, it is starting to set. Like I said, it's not going to be like a pectin jam. I think that might be fine. Okay, I'm going to move everything over to get ladling into the jars. Okay, so we have our hot jars, and I have my funnel. I have my, I'll turn a little so you can see. This is my vinegar pump that I wipe my rims with. And you're going to a 1/4 inch headspace with your jam. It says 3, and I do think that is what I'm gonna get. You do your little poke around. Get that air out. This one's definitely going to need more. Let's see. Okay, a little bit more in this guy. Let's give a quick. He's good. There we go. Very nice. Now I'll get this in camera so you could see. I fill this with my white vinegar. It's a nail polish remover pump. You put your nail polish remover in it, but it works real well for this. And you just go around to get that stickiness off. That is hot, because you want a nice seal. Do one more on this guy. Beautimous. And we'll get our lids. Next one. And for the record, I am a by-the-book canner. I know a lot of people aren't, and that's fine. Your kitchen, your rules. But when you watch what I'm doing, it's always going to be approved. I don't have it in me to fly rebel. Not with this anyway. Let me hold that. And you're doing fingertip tight, just till there's no more give. And I will pop these in and get X. Out. Ew. Alrighty. I'm not using that jar. I don't know what that is. I should have caught that before. Okay. And let's ladle. I'm probably only gonna get one. It'll be the 3, just like it says. I think it'll have just a little bit that I'll toss on the side to use. And you're going around the jar, getting all that air bubble out into the middle. It'll settle it, and then you can see if you have a good measurement or if you need to top it off. And just a little more. There we go. And if that might be too much, I'll rather get a little bit out. I don't like to, there we go. Okay. That's nice. And around the block we go. Give it a good wipe. You don't want any stickiness to prevent the seal. And what I'll do is, because I wound up with not as many jars, I don't like to run a canner where they can kind of knock over. So I'll fill a jar with water and just put it in there to kind of give it balance. Alrighty, we're gonna get these in, get them processed. For my altitude, because I'm over 1,000 feet, I have to add 5 minutes. It says process for 10 minutes. So I have to add 5. It'll be 15 minutes and we'll come back when it's done. Actually, no, I'll show you when it gets, let me show you that real quick. On the cover, my time starts in the green. That's my go zone. When it hits the green, that's when I start my timer. So I'll get these processed and we'll come back when I'm done. See you in a few. Alrighty, we're ready to take our jars out of the canner. After, whoop, you hear that? That's music to my ears. After you process, you have to leave it with the cover on for 5 minutes with the gas off, because it needs to finish processing. And so that's what I did. I shut my gas and look at that lemon in there. Let it sit for 5 minutes. And there is 3 jars of apple jam that my hubby will put in his yogurt and love. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that canning session, and I hope you enjoyed watching me make pineapple jam. It's a really easy recipe. It's a great beginner's recipe. It is delicious. Like I said, in yogurt, in cottage cheese, on cheesecake, on ice cream. Who doesn't love ice cream? It's a very straightforward, uncomplicated recipe. And steam canning is just the bee's knees. It's easy. You're not filling a pot all the way up, waiting for it to get to boiling. I love the steam can. I hope you consider getting one for yourself. I'll put a link in the description box. Always check the description box. Like a broken record, I keep telling you. I'll put a link to the bowl book. All my recipes are in approved books, either by Ball or the USDA Complete Guide, or I'll look at extension offices. Extension offices will all often have recipes. My last jar just popped. If you're new, I hope you'll consider subscribing and visiting often. Have a great weekend, if I get this up before the weekend's over. Until next time, go create something wonderful. Bye-bye now.